Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Frontier Timelapse, and this is episode number 41. All right, what we're doing right now is we just stopped and took a look at the sheep, and that's when I realized we need silage. Their production is at zero right now because they don't have silage. I'm used to the sheep's only taking grass or hay to eat, but this one appears that it needs silage also. Um, so probably next episode we're gonna have to, start creating some silage. We can get the grass from, cutting the lawns of the houses, and or the grass right in front of the sheep pasture. Um, and we can either put in a bunker or put in a production that automatically turns it into silage. Not sure which one I want to do, but yeah, we are going to have to do one of them. We'll probably tackle that next episode. As you can see, I bought a new little truck, and that's just going to be for this area over here, to water the greenhouses, putting fuel in the factory, stuff like that. Something we don't need the big truck for. And right now, what we're going to install is the pond production. The pond production was a recommendation in the comments. I thought it was a pretty cool thing to do, and I thought it was going to be pretty easy to do. They are actually relatively cheap, so we put down two of them. Now, of course, I'm going to do all the landscaping around it. So as you're watching that, I'll just tell you a little bit about the fish production. Now, I thought it was going to be, you add. Well, I really wasn't sure what you had to add, but I knew water was going to be one of them, and I thought, maybe something else like wheat, where I could just buy wheat. Because this whole series I didn't plan on doing any farming, but these productions, I need wheat, I need soybean, and there was something else. Now wheat, yes, I can buy from the store, but I can't buy the other stuff. So it looks like we'll have to do some farming. Which isn't bad. I mean, it is Farming Simulator. It just wasn't in our plans, but hey, we can change the plans. So I'll probably, within the next few episodes, try to get up enough money to buy a piece of land on the opposite side of, we're putting up the town and all that. And we'll create a farm, and we'll create like a little we'll create the fields, and we'll probably build like a farmhouse, and some things like that, a couple shelters, to put the harvesters and things like that. So yeah, we'll do something. It's just going to take a couple episodes just to get enough money to do all that. I mean, as far as the planter, I mean, that's not so bad. We already have a tractor, so we can use that. The harvester, I guess if we buy a small harvester, we can do it pretty quickly. It's just getting enough money for the land. So maybe one of these episodes we'll spend, driving around trying to find another bucket of money. Like I says, these productions that we have, I thought it was gonna, produce a lot more than it is. But I mean, it's starting to pick up, so maybe it's gonna be fine. Yeah, but like I said, I think that'd be a pretty cool thing. Have a little bit of farming in the series. I'm trying to get everything done before episode 100. it's just my personal belief that, you know, once you get into, you know, 100 episodes, it's probably ran its course. So I'm trying to get everything done before, you know, or at least by, you know, episode 100. Where episode 100 maybe it would just be, you know, a flyover and just going over everything that we started. You know, we started with nothing, and, you know, what we brought it up to. That's just a thought for right now. Yes, as you can see here, I'm almost done landscaping. I'm on the grass right now, and we still have to put up, you know, some fences, things like that. You know, and a couple trees. But after this, we're going to go back over to the rental home area. We're going to put in a few more rental homes. Now, I've been using each lot, you know, that little lots that I created. You know, each lot was only going to have one house, but I figured I'd change it up a little bit where one lot I actually put two different houses down. You know, it's the cheaper houses. So yeah, again, just to change up the neighborhood a little bit. And then as I'm, you know, doing the landscaping, you know, I knew I was doing the landscaping here, and, you know, you kind of sat through watching, you know, all of this. Well, I didn't want to do the same thing over at the other side. So I kind of just started, and then I paused the recording, and then it's done, and then we just kind of I just walk around the house, kind of, you know, showing you, you know, everything that we did. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying not to keep everything the same. What are we doing here? All right, now we're on the trees. But overall, I mean, I think this area came out pretty good too. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, looking at the stone wall right now, yeah, that probably needs to be fixed up a little bit. But we can always do that, you know, whenever. Sorry about the big map just showing up right there. That was my cat walking on my keyboard. All right, so now we're heading back to our shop area. We're going to pick up the smaller trailer because remember, when we moved out of that house, we actually had I think it's like 63,000 liters of wheat that was already made. So we're going to grab all of that, and we're going to bring it over to the pond, the fish pond. Because I was thinking, I'm like, well, hey, as long as we have that there, we'll be able to, you know, at least start producing, you know, something. And that's when I realized that it's still saying missing products. So I need the rest of them. I'll try to catch it when I go back over here. Once we unload this, I know I go back in and look at the stats. Let's see. I mean, it doesn't take that much, so I end up closing the roof on the trailer, and we just park it for right now. But I'm pretty damn sure I look at it again. Yep, here we go. Yeah, so we need corn and soybean. Yeah, so nothing's gonna work until I get that. So unfortunate. So we are gonna have to do some farming pretty soon to get that up and running. Maybe what do I have? I have 592,000, but I'm about to use quite a bit of it right here. Let me see, what do we got going on? Which house? Alright, so this is the one I put down 2 of these, just try to, you know, mix it up a little bit. That's 72,000, that's 140,000 right there. And we put up this one is 150. Yeah, so we're going to be down to, 300,000. That might be enough to buy a piece of land, but I still have another house to go here. And I wanted to put in one of the more expensive ones, just to try to bring in more money. yeah, so right now we're just kind of, doing the landscaping over here. I didn't like the big, the big step that we had in the other house that we put down. So here I was trying to make it look normal. It's looking pretty good. Let me see. Yep, and then I got to smooth it all out, so that's all right. And then we're gonna put in the driveway and a couple more sidewalks. Yeah, it's. I think I do it kind of. Oh, the fences. I forgot about the fence. All right, got that part of the fence in. We just have to go to this side, and this is another reason why I put those lines up, so I can try to keep the fences more in a straight line. Even though that one right there is kind of crooked, but from the front it doesn't look bad. Just switching up the fences a little bit on this side of the development. Now for the driveway. Again, I always put it in like 90 degrees or 180, things like that, so I can go in the straight line by just pressing the S button. Yeah, but this one, like I said, I do it a little bit, and then I kind of like walk away, and that's when I do the rest of it off camera. It should be coming up any minute now because we only have a minute left, so it has to come up really soon. Just putting down the grass. So once it does flip over, I'm not going to have much time. So I do want to say thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. It really means a lot. It keeps me going to actually want to put out more videos. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it was a lot of building. I personally like watching the people with the building. I'm trying to learn stuff from them. On how they do it, things like that. So, hopefully you guys enjoy it too. But yeah, I don't know. It just shows progress. And then, yep, right here, boom, and then it's all done. So I put in some shrubs and there, the parking lot over there. But that's it. Again, thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye.